What's up, everybody? Welcome to yet another episode of Techfoolery.
Yeah.
We made it. We're making a second episode. There was enough demand. Tens of you demanded that we make a second episode.
Well, I don't know about that, but we were going to do it anyway.
Yeah, you're right. We were going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
As we always say, welcome to Techfoolery, the worst show on the internet since This Week in Mobile. I'm your host, Ashley Esqueda, and joining me, as always, my partner in crime, Michael Hobbs.
Hi. I thought it was the worst tech show, by the way.
Oh, well, there could be...
Since...
Okay, fine. The worst tech show, if we're splitting hairs.
Yeah.
Fine. How are you?
Good.
How was your week?
Good. I think you've been here for most of it. It's been...
I know. We're setting up. We've got lots of fun stuff for you today. So we are not going to beat around the bush. We're going to get right into the news. We've got our tablets ready. We're going to do the news.
Yeah.
Mind you, everybody, we're going to have a short news segment this week because I'm actually going to be in Vegas for National Association of Broadcasters, the conference, next week. So I won't be able to shoot all of the news next week. So if we're a little behind on the news, please don't crucify us in the comments. Or you can, whatever, it's fine. But let's talk about this week. Andy Rubin says Android is still 100% open.
Right, now who's Andy Rubin?
Andy Rubin is the man in charge. He sits on the Android throne, if you will.
Right, the king of Android.
He is, in fact, the king of Android. Mm-hmm. There's been a lot of rumors going around saying that Google's now holding Honeycomb. They're not releasing it.
Well, they are holding it. That's what's kind of started things. They withheld Honeycomb.
The source code, right.
Code, just...
Basically, what they don't want is for it to end up on phones when it's not optimized for phones.
Right. And they've admitted that they rushed it to get it out. Some things aren't working like they would like.
Right, and so they're really working on making Honeycomb the best possible experience as opposed to putting out something that's a lackluster source code and then having people build on top of that. It's like building a house of cards on a bowl of Jell-O.
Well,
it's just not a good idea.
Right, and what this is all coming back to is they're trying to, I think, make better the user experience.
Right.
Which has been because of fragmentation. We don't want to get into all that. But
yeah, but they're trying to streamline the user experience, and there's been a lot of talk of, oh, well, is Google going to hold on to this? And Andy Rubin has come out and said, quote, "There are no lockdowns or restrictions against customizing UIs, nor any efforts to standardize the platform on any single chipset." Do you think that's true? Do you think that's more of a PR spin, that they have to come out and say this? Or do you think they're holding on to it as long as they can? Do you think this is now going to become the norm?
Well, I think, this has just been their stance all along. And I don't think they've changed their stance. I think they're just going to be more selective in maybe who they give access to the market.
There's been a lot of talk of manufacturers having to, quote-unquote, play ball with Google to sort of get access to this early, builds of Honeycomb. Like Motorola had access to Honeycomb, but you see a lot of other manufacturers sort of, even like HTC, is maybe releasing the Evo View with Honeycomb, maybe. I mean, that's like a big question mark.
Well, I thought they said that it was. Sprint said that it was coming with Honeycomb.
I thought they said they weren't sure.
I thought they said it was coming, and how that will work with their version of Sense on top of it.
That's possible.
If Google is going to be happy with that, or let them do it.
We'll see.
I think they will.
As of right now, Andy Rubin, the king of Android at Google, says...
Sticking to their guns.
Still 100% open, has not changed since day one.
Right.
Mike and I love this story.
Yeah.
Just because we read about this little startup company called Zediva, or Zediva, or however you pronounce it. Basically, the concept of this is that you would go onto their website and order a movie.
You'd rent a movie.
You'd rent a movie.
From them.
And they would have this large warehouse or location in which they had racks and racks of DVD players, and basically they would, within a certain short amount of time, get that DVD, put it in the machine, and then stream it to you over the internet.
Right.
Mike and I have been basically had a pool bet as to how long it would take Hollywood to basically eat their lunch and shut them down.
Yeah.
Well, that day has finally come. All 6 major Hollywood studios, you got Paramount, Disney, Universal, Warner Brothers, Sony, and 20th Century Fox, all jumping on board, suing the crap out of Zediva, saying, "I don't think so, you need to license this stuff because you are distributing this without our permission and you have not licensed it."
Their argument is that it's basically like renting it. It's like you're going into a store and renting a single copy for yourself, taking it home and watching it.
Well, and they're saying that it's basically, we've purchased it, because they're buying retail copies of the movie. They're buying retail copies of the movie so that you can get access to it the day it comes out on DVD. And then they're saying that it's just like when you buy it and you take it home, you have the right to loan it to a friend. It's not a licensing issue.
Is that what it is?
It's some legal loophole that they thought they could exploit.
Which they're not.
Clearly, I don't think that's going to work out for them. Sorry, Zediva.
They're not going to be allowed
Sucks to be you. Google is going to be spending $100 million on YouTube for original content.
Yeah.
This is kind of a big move for them.
It is. It's like them trying to become maybe not quite like a network, but at least have original content.
Original content.
Professionally produced, I guess.
Very professionally produced. They have been spotted holding meetings with ICM, which is Creative Management.
Yeah.
William Morris Endeavor, which is another huge agency in Hollywood, and Creative Artists Agency. Obviously, these are the three big hitters in Hollywood in terms of agencies. Right. And so they're looking to have people like J.J. Abrams make online content. They're looking to have people like Jerry Bruckheimer make online content.
I know, right?
It's possible. If they throw enough money at them, there's no reason why they wouldn't.
I don't want to see Jerry Bruckheimer content with us.
They're not going to people like us. They're not saying, hey, we want you to make original content. We love Techfoolery. Like, they're not doing that. They're going to take...
We just got started.
We did just get started. But they're going to actually take stuff like us and put it in with the high quality content that they're going to be paying for in categories. So basically you're going to have like genre channels that you're going to surf through.
Yeah, but are they going to be making series like you would see like
I would imagine
AMC,
so,
like,
maybe.
Yeah, that level of
We could have reality competitions. We could have things like a Mad Men just done on a smaller scale. It's possible. It can be done.
How would that look? I'd like to see that.
I would like to too, and you're going to be able to.
So when's the first content supposed to be out?
God, who knows?
How they're shooting it, I guess.
Mike, you have the 3DS. We talked a little bit about it last week.
Yeah, we touched on
or
it.
last show, I should say.
Right, because it had just come out, and it was very fresh.
Just come out. But now you've had a couple weeks to sort of mess around with it, get used to it, play with it, and you made a review for us.
I did, a little video review.
That's so nice. That's the first time you've ever done a video review for us.
Well, that's true.
Historically.
It's the second show, but it is true the first time.
And I think it's the first time you've done a video review in your whole life.
Kind of. I did an iPhone unboxing once.
That's not a review.
But nobody liked that.
That's a review of an unboxing? Like you were like, wow, this was a really great unboxing.
It was me talking. Just, okay, forget it. So, 3DS review.
Yeah, 3DS review. Check it out.
Gross. Hi, everybody. As promised, we're going to do a quick little overview of the Nintendo 3DS. Let's take a quick look at the hardware. It has a glasses-free 3D display on top. New analog slider, which feels really nice to use, as you might expect from a Nintendo product. Also, the device, compared to previous DSs, is a little bit chunky. It's also actually quite thoughtful if you look at it, and not bad, really. Quickly, the stuff that comes with some built-in software, like a Me Maker, music player, a really crappy 3D camera, which does work, but they're super low res. And it has AR games, and then face readers. You can take pictures of your friends' faces and then blast away at them, and it uses the built-in gyro of the system to track it as you move around and shoot them, follow them around the room. AR games uses little cards, and you can play little AR shooter games and set up your Mii's in a virtual space and take pictures of them, stuff like that. But obviously the big attraction here is the 2D, 3D display on top. There's a little volume slider on the side, a 3D volume slider. All the way down renders the screen as a 2D, and all your games in 2D, standard 2D. But once you start sliding it up, that introduces a parallax barrier into the LCD. And what that does is it presents your left and right eye with slightly different images. That's how you get the 3D effect. But the limitation of that is that the system has to be directly in front of you. It can't be tilted or off to the side like this. It has to be directly in front, and it has to be a certain distance, which is about, say, from here to about here, which is fine, because this is pretty normal. The 3D effect is terrific. It's totally effective. It works great. I mean, a game like Ridge Racer, I'm so familiar with it. I've played it so much, but all of a sudden it feels new here because it's in 3D. Even though it's a little tiny screen, I feel like I'm playing like a big arcade game. I'm totally engrossed in the imagery. It's terrific. Pilot Wings the same way. I've been playing it for all these games for a few weeks now, and I still haven't gotten tired of the 3D effect. I just wish the battery on the system lasted longer. That's probably the biggest downside and the biggest negative, apart from the limited viewing angle. But other than that, it's great. It's a great little gadget, a lot of fun. I like to launch games that are out now, like Pilot Wings, like I mentioned. Street Fighter is great, Steel Diver. But as Ashley pointed out, there's nothing like a Mario, a AAA title like that to launch with, and that's a little bit of a disappointment. But I didn't find myself missing that too much, and I'm really looking forward to the Zelda Ocarina of Time remake that's coming, and the Star Fox reissue that's coming, and Kid Icarus. And so, no doubt, and there's probably a Metroid coming as well. So no doubt there's good stuff coming, and it'll continue to have great games coming for it. So I recommend it. $250 plus games. Maybe it's a little bit expensive, but well, you only live once, right?
Well, that was pretty good.
Was
so
that good?
I mean, I think so.
Thanks.
I thought it was nice.
Yeah.
So what did you end up? What are you giving? What is the final verdict? How many pancakes are you going to give the Nintendo 3DS?
Well, I thought long and hard about this, and I think that I'm going to give it 3.5 pancakes out of 5.
3.5 pancakes out of 5. That's pretty good.
That's a high score.
That is a high score.
I would have given it more, but the battery life is, quite poor. You're charging it.
That's a whole pancake right there.
You're charging it all the time, even though I don't use it out that much. Still, it's kind of a hassle to keep charging it or have it plugged in. So that's something they could improve. And then it does have a really limited viewing angle. I wish that was better, but that's just the nature of the technology. That's fine. So 3.5. I mean, I recommend it. It's a fun gadget. It's kind of a weird toy. Unless you get it if you have excess cash.
Well, everybody, that is it for our review. But it's time for my favorite segment. Mike and I worked really hard on this, and we hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's time for the Technodome!
I wish I could do something, but...
We have chosen 16 technology combatants to go head-to-head in a tournament bracket, just like Sweet 16, only better.
I think that's basketball. I don't know.
It is basketball.
Okay.
And hopefully they score a lot of touchdowns in basketball. I've heard that.
Is that how... Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's like 3... They're on ice skates? I think they ice skate in circles or something. I don't know.
That sounds like basketball.
We've got the Technodome, which is pretty much the most difficult challenge a technology person can face in their lifetime. And we've made this lovely board. We're not messing around.
We threw this together.
We put this together. I think we're gonna have to put it over here.
I feel like
it's huge. Someone's gonna die or
I feel
something.
like somebody fell off.
How do we? I think we're gonna have to put it behind us.
Right here?
I think we're missing the top.
Yeah, it might have been good to check this before we.
Okay, hopefully now you can see this. We're going to go through all of our combatants. On my side, we have the pop culture side of the Technodome, and on Mike's side, we have...
The Tech Titans. These are titans of industry.
Titans of the tech industry.
Kind of,
Except for Mike. So, well, maybe Mike. I think I consider you a titan.
Well, of course, I'm right here.
Yeah, there he is. So, here's our seeds. We've got, on the pop culture side, Stephen Colbert versus Morgan Webb.
Right, because he loves his iPad, too.
He does. Stephen Colbert loves his iPad, too. Obviously, Morgan Webb, the fantastic host of G4's X-Play. We have got Tim Schafer, the creator of Psychonauts, Grim Fandango. I mean, the greatest games you've ever played in your whole life. Whimsical, magical, fantastic. Cool. Obviously, we have me, because I'm a pop culture icon in my own mind.
Zediva.
We've got the absolutely irreplaceable Shigeru...
Inimitable.
Shigeru Miyamoto.
Yes.
Creator of your favorite Mario. And many others. Many others. Samus Aran, Metroid, probably the most badass girl in video games ever.
Sure. Right.
Mostly because she looks sort of like me. Felicia Day could be the sexiest redhead ever in geekdom.
Yeah.
Head of the guild. She is the guild.
Right.
This is the girl right here. Also a star of Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog. Highly recommended. And on my side, Joshua Topolsky, former editor-in-chief of Engadget.com, now heading over to my next podcast.
Well,
he's doing my next podcast.
He's doing his next podcast.
With Nilay.
With Nilay and Paul.
Yeah.
And,
but generally speaking, definitely pop culture, technology enthusiast. Sure. Mike, who you got on this side? You don't have to pull them off if you don't want to.
Well, starting at the top, obviously, we have good old Steve
Number
Jobs. Number one. CEO of Apple.
S. Jobs.
One of my favorite folks. Then underneath, then he is going to be going up against Mr. Andy Rubin, who we were
First
talking
week.
about.
That's a tough matchup.
Earlier, King of Android. Oh,
very tough.
What are you going to do here? And then, of course, Woz, classic co-founder of Apple, great personality.
Correct.
Going up against Microsoft CEO Steve Ballmer. Really loud guy. And then me, I'm going up against Reggie Fils-Aimé.
He is the mouthpiece of Nintendo America. That man is like the voice of Nintendo America.
Strange big giant, but I'm going to take him down because I want to run Nintendo of America. And then finally we have Kevin Rose here, the creator of Dig Nation.
Creator of Dig.
And
Dig and Milk
Dig
now.
And, yeah, and he got a lot of money now.
Very rich.
Doing real well. And then now Larry Page down here, the
fancy new CEO
of Google, and they're going to be doing a bunch of moonshots apparently. I don't know what that is, but they're going to be doing moonshots at Google now under Larry Page, so we'll see how that turns out.
All right, so our very first week, every week what's going to happen is we're going to put one pairing here and one pairing there head to head, and you guys are going to vote. So the very first week, we are going to have our very first matchup for pop culture. It's going to be Stephen Colbert versus Morgan Webb. And on your side, it's going to be Steve Jobs versus Andy Rubin. So it's your job to go to our website, techfoolery.tv. We're going to put it right here for you. And you have to vote. Because your votes are going to decide who moves forward, not us.
Yeah.
We want you to choose.
Right.
We want you to choose. But this is the Technodome. Who will reign supreme? Who?
Right.
We worked really hard on that, so I hope you vote often.
Long and often and hard.
Yes.
On that.
Long, often, and hard. I like it. All right, let's move on to our next segment, which I am pretty excited about.
Oh, this is funny.
We have an advice columnist here at Techfoolery. His name is Steve.
Yeah.
And I won't say his last name for fear of being sued, but Steve is our advice columnist. And so we've asked you guys to write in and ask him any questions from love to tech to anything in between.
Yeah.
And now it's time for Ask Steve. Our first letter for Ask Steve comes from the lovely, lovely JV. And he says, "Hi Steve, I need a new phone because my Nexus 1 is feeling old. What do you recommend? And don't say iPhone because I don't like your phone. Thanks, Steve." Hopefully Steve will have a reasonable and measured answer for you.
Due to your blatant dislike for my iPhone, it's clear to me that you're not a fan of innovation and technology. Therefore, I recommend you buy a pager and a couple of tin cans with some string. When you're ready for something magical, give me a call. Also, buy an iPhone 5. Love, Steve.
Well, hopefully that answered your question, JV from Vancouver, Canada. And I'm really excited about the fact that we're international. Somebody actually in Canada decided to email us.
Is that overseas?
I'm not sure, but I don't think so.
No.
I'm pretty sure you can get there by foot.
But they are foreign.
They are foreign.
We like that.
They are foreign.
They're nice up there.
We also asked for user submissions for, this is what we like to call MoMA.
Yeah.
Please don't sue us, Museum of Modern Art. Or the Museum of Mobile Art.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what to expect. Like, I was getting nervous. I thought we were going to get a lot of inappropriate photos.
And wee-wees.
Yeah, a lot of things that are not okay to send. And by the way, they are still not okay to send, so please don't send them again.
Do not.
Don't send them this week either.
Do not want
So let's talk about this this lovely photo that John sent us.
Yes.
He took this photo. I'm pulling it up on Picasa.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, your internet sucks. If we haven't gone over this before. So this is the Peace Arch. It's very beautiful. He did a really good job.
This is
And
taken.
it says, "Brethren dwelling together in unity."
Now this is. I'm not familiar with this structure. Where is this?
I have no idea.
That would have been interesting to find out.
Can you see that? Is there an ocean back there?
This is not.
Maybe this is in Vancouver.
Oh yeah, that could be a lake also.
Vancouver's very beautiful. It could be a lake. Vancouver Lake.
No. Okay. So. What,
Well, look, this was taken.
Yes.
Let's not talk about where this is because we have no idea because we're idiots. But this was actually taken with a Nexus 1.
Nexus 1. Interesting. Now, what kind of sensors in that?
I'm not sure, but I know it's a 5 megapixel camera.
Okay, that's what I meant.
So 5 megapixel camera and really gorgeous. I mean, look at the composition. He's got the whole shot in there. The lighting is beautiful. I mean, this is a great shot. Definitely deserves a place in the Museum of Mobile Art.
What?
So we are going to add it. We are adding it to the Museum of Mobile Art.
Yeah.
And you are our inaugural addition to the museum. So you will find your picture on our website. So if you ever want to go see it, you can check it out.
That, and then at some point maybe we'll do a show. A little gallery
Maybe we'll have
show.
a little gallery showing. Yeah, maybe if we get really rich and really famous off this show, we can actually have a gallery showing.
Do we have the rights to that now, or do we have to?
I think we have to get permission. I think that would be the nice thing to do, if anything. I don't like to steal stuff.
Too bad.
So, but if you would like to submit to the Museum of Mobile Art, feel free to email us, the techfooleryshow@gmail.com.
Yep.
I'll put it up on the screen for you. And just let us know and send us a link to your picture. You can't attach it because I won't open attachments because nasty viruses and all that good stuff. But send us a link to it. Tell us a little bit about your picture, where you took it, what was happening. we will actually accept doodles as well. If you're using something like Sketchbook or what's on the iPad that you can use.
Well, there's a Sketch. I think it's called Sketchpad.
Sketchpad.
Yeah,
there's some very nice art apps that people do really amazing things with, and if you have anything like that, feel free to send that to us too.
We might show that too if it's real good.
Because that's what belongs in museums: art, handmade art, and photography. If you want to send us sculptures, that's fine too. Just email us, but that would be kind of weird.
Yeah.
If you want to sculpt us like this, that's awesome. Feel free to do so, and then take pictures of it, send it to us, and if we really like it, we'll buy it off of you.
Yeah. No, and
we can't pay you a lot.
No, and we know there are sites where you can make your own kind of dolls. But,
but those are really creepy and weird.
Yeah. We're out of notes.
We're out of notes? Is that what you're saying?
It says close show.
Okay, I guess I'll close the show. Well, everybody, sadly, that is all the time we have today. Like I said, we had a lot of things going on, so it might be even a little bit longer show than it normally is.
That I doubt.
Maybe. We'll see. But anyway, we want you to hang out with us online. Yeah. So like us on Facebook, facebook.com/techfoolery. Follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/techfoolery. Subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/techfoolery. Go to our website, techfoolery.tv. I mean, you could pretty much go anywhere on the internet, type in Techfoolery, and we're probably there. So if you use it, except for MySpace, we don't do that. But go visit us online and share it. Share it with everybody you know, because if you like it, we want everyone to see it.
That's right.
And if you hate it, we want you to send it to people you hate and say, see, now you have to suffer through this.
I agree with all of that.
I think that's a nice way to put it.
Yeah.
So, and you can find us on Twitter. I'm Android Ashley. And Mike is, I guess Mike's on Twitter. Mike doesn't have any followers. You guys need to follow him.
That's not true. I have well over 100 and some 20 to 50, maybe 50, 100. I love.
If you are a beautiful woman, follow Mike.
No, do that, please. Do, but, don't.
Do, but don't.
You never.
Mike doesn't like that, but he does. As we always do, as is tradition now here on Techfoolery.
This is our favorite segment.
Every segment is my favorite segment. But
Okay.
this is my favorite.
Okay.
Of my favorites.
Mine too, because it means we're done as well.
I know, Mike likes to go. He's like, I want to get out of here. I hate this place. Our very last segment is our independent consumer technology advertisement retrospective, where we show you a beautiful technology advertisement from the past. So that's been Techfoolery. We hope you have a great 2 weeks. We will see you in a fortnight. And did you like that?
I love it.
We shall see thee in a fortnight. Thanks for watching.
ナショナル電気冷蔵庫はお台所のスーパーマーケットです。こんなにたくさん入ってよく冷えます。温度調節も霜取りも扉を開けずに簡単に操作できます。その上コンセントを利用していろいろな電気器具を使っていただけます。